My name is Alex, and I'm very excited to be Reagan's maid of honor. I would first like to thank everyone for being here for Reagan and Josh today. Reagan and I first met the first day of grade 9, Mr. Pete's religion class. Back then I was a pretty different person. Shy, quiet, long straight hair that almost no one saw out of a low ponytail. I separated myself from as much of the class as I could. Then Reagan walked in. Her and her bright red hair and black makeup all around her eyes. She made her way around the class looking for somewhere to sit, only to make her way back over to me. She asked if she could sit beside me, and I not so gladly let her. I later found out that the only reason she sat beside me was because she thought I was the only one that didn't look like a B-I-T-C-H. But anyway, we sat quietly for a while. Then some random guy in front of us turned around and said, "Sup, ladies?" We both had no idea who this person was, so we rolled our eyes and laughed. Every day after that, we met up in the same class, sat in the same chairs, ignored the same people. She showed me how to somewhat nicely wear my hair down, and I let her copy my work. Although we had only known each other for a few weeks, we already had a great friendship. Fast forward to grade 10, probably one of my favorite years. We ended up having the same science class together. Lord only knows how anyone thought that was a good idea. I'm still not quite sure how we passed with the marks that we did, because all we did was talk and take pictures. Anyway, if anyone knows Reagan, they know that she loves food. Probably more than she loves Josh. She was a master at sneaking food into science, and our teacher was a huge rule enforcer. Apparently waiting another hour and a half for lunch was too much for her, because multiple times she showed up with hot pasta and snuck it in her desk. It was heated, so she obviously knew what she was doing. Speaking of pasta, during our semi-formal, we sat down for dinner. Reagan is the first to grab her food, and she completely fills her plate as much as possible. With no respect for anyone else, she just took as much as she possibly could. Not 5 minutes into dinner, I look over and she's just staring down laughing. She had chopped pasta all over her and she half-fast wipes it up and looks over at me and says, "What, don't judge?" Back to science class. Besides there being hot pasta stuffed in her desk half the time, it was a pretty normal class. But let me tell you, she's not the brightest sometimes. We were sitting in class doing work, when out of the blue she says, "Iron isn't a metal." I looked over at her and replied, "Megan, yes it is." And then she replies, "But I thought iron was something that helps you grow." Sometimes you have to just learn to ignore her. What is hard to ignore is her trying to steal furniture out of your house. Yes, she has one of my chairs in my room. And Reagan, as much as you want it, good luck stealing my 80-pound beanbag chair. A normal day with Reagan is eating cheesy potatoes and watching Disney movies. And if she ends up staying the night at your house, you might find yourself on the floor while she sleeps soundly in your bed. She might also wake you up at 3 in the morning to get her a glass of water, but has no problem getting herself a sandwich when you don't get her food fast enough. All jokes aside though, Reagan is one of the most true and loyal friends anyone could ever have. She will tell you that you look like a complete mess, but help you fix it. She knows when you're upset, even when you don't speak. And if you have a secret, you can trust that the words that come out of your mouth will never be hers. That's just the kind of person she is, and even though she can be annoying and silly, you can't help but love her. Aww. As for Josh, I've only known him since we were introduced at prom, but I have seen his love for Reagan and hers for him through the many, many, many pictures on Instagram. You two look truly happy together. take great care of her and always send her lots of heart emojis because I know how much she loves them. Reagan, I know this isn't the crazy 20-minute speech that you wanted, but as we both know from drama class, this just isn't my thing. But I took that class for you, and I feel like it has given me the courage to do this speech for you here today. Reagan and I made a little promise a few years back. We said that we would both be each other's maid of honors at our weddings. Sometimes things happen faster than you expect them to, but I am so glad to be here for you today. Now, I don't expect my wedding to be anytime soon, but I would still love for you to be my maid of honor. Cheers to the happy couple. So, next to the beanbag chair in my room, I also have a giant Stitch stuffed animal from Lilo & Stitch that I got in Disney. And while I tried very, very, very hard to find the exact same one, I unfortunately couldn't. But I got you something just as good.